Hey y'all. So, when someone offends you, it really hurts. I wanted to just talk about how a lot of the time we actually don't have to be offended. And I know it's like, well, how am I not supposed to be offended when someone's rude to me or when someone's hateful towards me or if someone, ignores me or something? But there is another level to what people do and say towards us or at us. A lot of the time, we actually don't have to be offended, and we can choose not to be. And I was kind of, whenever I learned that, I was in a community group, and we were reading a book, it's a great book. I might can put it in the description below, but it's just talking about how life is not about you and it doesn't have to be, which is freeing. So when somebody does something that offends you, a lot of the time the reason that they are acting how they are or speaking harshly or whatever is it really has nothing to do with you at all, because it's like, oh my gosh, why would they talk to me like that? Like, what have I done to make them, you know speak to me like rudely? You're just dealing with someone and they're just hateful, and you're like, why would you just come up in here and be that way? The thing is, hurting people hurt people. And that can be on different levels. Like sometimes somebody may have been going through financial struggle and they're coming in to your place of business and they're going to buy something, but they already have that background of stress and maybe fear or worry or annoyance, and maybe just be bottled up, and then all of a sudden, you're just the person that they let it out on. And I mean, you can use any kind of example for that. It usually is just nothing to do with you. It's not about you at all. And I know it can sound kind of like rude or um, whatever when someone's like, it's not about you. And I'm saying that in the way of, it's not about you, so it does not have to bother you. You are free. It's not about you. You're free to not be offended. And that was something I learned last year, and I was just amazed. And I noticed during that class that I implemented that thought process into my everyday life. And so when somebody, would speak a certain way or um, do something or whatever happened, I was like, wait a minute, that isn't about me. That was not about me. So I don't have to be offended at all. And you don't have to sit there and wonder what you did. You don't have to sit there and feel bad for yourself or feel sad, because it's not about you. So if you can think of something that maybe has happened to you recently and just realize that was not about me. They were like that towards me, but it didn't have anything to do with me. I just got the brunt of it. And so, of course, it's still like, well, they still did something to me. They still talked to me this way, even though it wasn't about me. It still hurt because it was harsh. Let yourself be free of that and realize that it isn't about you, so you can be free if you choose to be. And I understand sometimes there are things where people are rude to you or aggravated at you, and it is because there's something between you two that you need to figure out or talk through. But I'm talking about 9 out of 10 times somebody's just snaps out of nowhere and they're like, rude to you, or they don't, give you any time. Or, I mean, sometimes people can just be hateful, and it's really just because in their everyday life they're not happy or they're going through something that you have no idea about and you probably won't ever know about. Hopefully, it'll help your thought process, and just be free of that. Just be free to let it not be about you. Or if you really think it's about you, just let it not be, because it doesn't help you to feel down about yourself or to feel sad or to wonder why they hurt me when they're supposed to care for me. If it's someone or if it's a stranger, it's just like, golly, I don't even know you, and this is the first time I've ever spoken to you. So try to implement that in your everyday life, and it takes practice, of course, but you can do it. I've done it. I've been a sensitive person my whole life. It's just part of my personality. And I've grown to be less and less sensitive towards things that I shouldn't be bothered by, which is normal as well. But I know what it's like to be offended and very easily. And it just caused me a lot of pain that it didn't have to. And I can look back on a lot of times that I didn't have to take it personally. It was just because I wondered, why would they talk to me like that, or what did I do? And it wasn't about me. It wasn't even about me. It came out on me, but it wasn't about me at all. They're not angry at me, annoyed at me. It was just their internal pain that they projected onto me for whatever reason. So cut people some slack, and also let yourself off the hook. You don't have to be offended. So I hope that this encourages you, and I hope that I explained that well, because I sat here for like 10 minutes at least trying to figure out how to word this. But when I say it's not about you, that's not me being rude or anything. I'm just saying you're off the hook. Just let it go. So, but I love y'all so much, and I hope this encourages you, and that you can see through how people act and speak, and see that a lot of times people are just hurting, and they could control themselves and not speak harshly or not do things that hurt others, but sometimes that's not the case. And so just have grace, just like our Lord Jesus does towards us, and just love on people and be kind back. Don't let it, make you want to snap back at them or make you angry at them. Let it go. Forgive them and realize it ain't about me, so I don't have to be offended. And, pray for the person, because, like I said, they could be going through something you'll never know about, but God knows what it is, and so you just lift them up. And I really hope you have faith to pray to Jesus. And if you want to be saved, I have a video on being saved, which I know that went like, well, faith in Jesus, that's about being saved because you believe in him. But I have a video on how to get saved. I can put that link below as well. But, just take a chance. Believe in Jesus and be like him. He could have been the most offended person that's ever been on earth, but he has chosen not to be, because he loves us, and he realizes that hurting people hurt people, but he loves us, and he has grace, infinite grace for us. So believe in a God who loves you and who died for you. I love you guys. So y'all have a great day, night, whatever time of day and year it is. I love y'all, and share this with anyone who you think could use the encouragement. Please subscribe, and I really appreciate you guys, and let's just spread more of our love and faith in Jesus out there. So bye.